Welcome back, everyone. This week's Pictures of the Week are being brought to you by the one and only Mike and Deborah Flowers. They are getting ready for that deer processing. Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend starts Kentucky, and then we're 3 weeks away from Tennessee. It's the fourth Saturday in September starts Tennessee's, but there's all kinds of people telling me no over here. Oh, let me show you some pictures here. This is a picture of Judge Larry Mallory. He's on the left-hand side of your screen. He said, Hugh, I got 15 dove and I shot 12 times. And then he put a big LOL out there. I know he probably had 15 dove with 12 boxes of shells.
That's right, left that out.
Hey, look at these two fine boys. You've seen these guys here on the show. That is Dayton and Jimbo Blair. They just recently, Saturday, went out there to Percy Priest Lake out at Fate Sanders and won the local tournament down there with just 4 bass that weighed 15.98 pounds, and a couple of those are real toads. So congratulations to them. This is my pasture, I'm proud to say. I have a pasture that actually loves to fish as much as I do, and he is at Hilton Head, South Carolina, or North Carolina, whichever one you want to call it, south. And there is a nice shark that he just recently caught day before yesterday. So awesome job there with my pasture. This is my grandson, Ty Campbell, along with me. We're in our short shorts out there with camouflage tops, trying to look like a bush, trying to get some dove to fly over us. And Ty, I am so proud of him. He started off, ladies and gentlemen, with a 20 gauge that day. He wound up with a 12 gauge and got 5 dove all by his little self. He'll bring a tear to your eye. And then this is me just laying back, waiting on those doves to come in, and Scott, my brother-in-law, trying to school me on what I need to be doing on dove hunting. Hey, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me, Hugh at southernwoodsandwaters.com, and we'll get them on there really fast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic is a hot topic. It is super hot, and it's one that you need to be concerned about. Nick Leonardo, my good friend and attorney, is helping me out with this. We are through just standing by, letting everybody run over us and tell us what to do. I'm sorry. I'm a firm believer in the Constitution of the United States. I'm a firm believer that we have rights. And I'm a firm believer that once we've paid for something, we paid for all these ramps on Percy Priest Lake with our tax dollars. We've paid for all these ramps on Center Hill. We paid the Corps of Engineers to build these lakes and put up these dams. We pay their salaries. We do it all through our tax dollars. And yet they're taking things away from us. And I'm sorry, it takes this country, Texas country plowboy, it just gets all over, it makes the hair on my neck stand out. I can't take it. What's fair for one should be fair for all. I believe that. No discrimination across the board. It should be fair for all of us. And Nick, you're a firm believer in it too. The preamble of the Constitution, the first 3 words, says, "We the people."
That's exactly
and that's the
right.
way it's supposed to be. It's the way it's always been intended. We the people that fought for this country, we the people that secured this country, we the people that employ this country. We the people ought to have a right to say, no, quit shutting us down.
Well,
we have a right.
And you can't, like I said, you can't say, if you were to compare it to some sort of a park, to say who can use the park and who can't.
You're right.
I mean, that's, and it's a violation of several provisions under the United States Constitution and completely inappropriate. Now, we've seen in the past where they've closed parks, federal parks, because they didn't have the money necessarily to operate them. But these ramps, they don't cost anything. They're built, they're there, they don't have to be monitored or anything like that. So I don't see any good reason, other than it's to benefit someone at the expense of everyone else. And and I think we're going to have a number coming a little bit later at the bottom of the screen.
In our 4th segment, we're going to put a number up here for you to contact the legal department for the Army Corps of Engineers. And where I ask, just simple, and do not use any curse words or things like that. Let's be very, very professional. You are representing a host of people that really are concerned. You and I, as outdoors people, both love to fish and hunt. we're concerned that all this stuff is being taken away. Now, the number you see on the bottom of the screen is to call here. If anybody's got any questions, you want to call us here. But in the fourth segment, we're going to put up the number to the legal department for the Army Corps of Engineers, and we're going to tell you who to contact there. And just leave them a nice message. Hey, love a call back. You know, something like, I'm concerned why the Army Corps of Engineers is methodically shutting down ramps, and we just like to know why. What's the reasoning behind it? If there is a viable reason. And you know, Nick, it wasn't during 9/11, Homeland Security shut down a bunch of the lakes. They shut down a bunch of ramps. People understood that. That was a reason. That was the whole country felt like, and it was being bombarded by terrorism. Easily, a terrorist could have got to a dam and blew a dam up or something like that. I can see that. That is common sense. But we've closed our borders so much and doing so much with Homeland Security. They're the ones that opened it up, the lakes and everything. Now they're just taking it away methodically without any security. We're still in yellow.
Without any notice.
Without any notice.
And an opportunity to be heard, which is a fundamental due process right. And, you know, that's something that, you know, I think if people do call and make those requests, I think that we'll, you know, potentially see a change. But one of the things that we talked about earlier is that, you know, I personally, you know, I know some of the viewers may feel differently, but I don't mind paying, you know, $30 for the year if that's what I need to do at some of these ramps.
I'm all for
it. That's okay. But here, you know, it doesn't seem.
If they'll take that money, though, Nick, and put it towards the ramps, make the ramps, maybe even make some floating things out there to where we can park our boats to. People could get on and off boats more safely.
That's right.
Better docks, more safely, not having to step on slippery ramps or slippery rocks and hurt themselves to get in and out of a boat.
And some of those ramps are really nice on some of these reservoir lakes. You know, some at Center Hill and stuff. I mean, those are very huge engineering projects. You know,
yeah, because you know, at 5 feet out, it's 12 foot deep.
That's right.
It's deep. But you're right in the fact that we don't mind, and there is an annual permit that you can buy from the Corps to get you on these ramps, and it's a sticker that goes in your truck or vehicle, but it's $30 a year. I don't mind paying $30 a year if it gets me in every ramp that the Army Corps of Engineers has. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with, like you, paying $4 or $3. But to cut my access off completely, now you've stepped over a line.
Well, and thank goodness for a show like yours, because without that, you know, the Corps would think they could get by with these sort of actions. And we have to, you know, increase the awareness. It needs to be in the paper. It needs to be in social media. You know, we need to stop this before this momentum builds.
Well, we're going to talk about some things that have been going on that you may be unaware of, but some actions that were taken by some local bass fishing clubs, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But we got some callers that want to talk to us. Who we have here on line one? We have David. David, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, Hugh. How you doing? Been a long time since I talked to you.
We're doing great, David.
You probably remember me, the guy in the NES bucket truck. Seen you a few times.
Yes, sir, I do remember you.
Hugh, I fish some tournaments on Hickory and Priest 2 or 3 times a year. I live up here in Cookville. Of course, I've got access to Cordell, Center Hill, and Dale Hollow.
Yeah.
But I work in Nashville, and every time I go out in Bell Road and I see that sign there at Elm Hill, it aggravates me. We don't use that ramp in the tournament, but it aggravates me for the people that lives there in Davidson County, that lives close to that ramp, that wants access to that part of the lake.
You're exactly right, David. I mean, you look at all the apartment complexes that are there locally within a 5-mile radius of Elm Hill, and there is people, if you look out there in those storage places, they got boats, kayaks,
That's a good point.
all kinds of things. That's their closest space, and they can't. Now, here's what Elm Hill's saying. Elm Hill's saying you can go to the next Elm Hill recreation area, and you can use theirs. But you know what? That ramp, David, was built the same time that the ramp was built at Elm Hill Marina.
Well, my question on that is, was the ramp before the marina?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's the whole issue.
That's what we're saying.
I'm not a legal person like the gentleman there with you, but you know, like I say, I don't live there, and we don't use those ramps in our tournament. But it really aggravates me for the people that lives there in that area.
Well, David, you're like the rest of us outdoors people. If it affects one outdoorsman,
Sure.
it affects us all.
Yeah. Now, another question, I hear a rumor. Is Four Corners fixing to follow profile with this?
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Yes. Four Corners, if you'll remember, there was a parking area there for about 48 or to 50 boats, if I remember, boats and trucks. Now it's down to 13. They're only allowing 13 boats and trucks to park there. Now, they are letting, no, let me tell you, they're not. Nashville Marine, David McMurray, Eddie Robertson, Skylar Fever, and all those fine folks out there at Nashville Marine are allowing fishermen to come out there and park in their parking area, their grass area, and then they're helping provide a golf cart to escort people back and forth. Now, that's a courtesy of Nashville Marine, and I'm going to tell you, big kudos out there to David McMurray for that. He's the one that instigated and is doing that and making it feasible for fishermen to use. But Four Corners Marina shut it down to only 13 spaces.
Yeah, that's not right. That used to be a big area. I fished several tournaments years ago out there. They had that bigger upper parking lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't keep you, but I just, I'm sitting watching this, and I know this has been going back over a year. You've been discussing this.
Yep.
I just want the people in that area to know, even up here, I feel there are agreements, and it is not right.
Well, thank you so much, David. We hope that you'll join us, and I know you will, brother.
All right, y'all have a good night and a good weekend.
Thank you,
You too,
sir.
thanks.
All right, we got line 2 is Thomas. Thomas, how can we help you tonight?
I've been doing a lot of fishing there on Center Hill, catfish, and I've been catching quite a few catfish down there. And I just wonder, how long, how many more months we got that we could really do some good catfishing down there on Center Hill.
Oh, as far as Center Hill and catfish, you can hunt, you can fish them all year long. They just go. They may be shallow this week and they may be deep the next, but the seasons will make you go. But there's always great fishing on Center Hill.
Yeah, me and my boys, we've been.
Thomas?
Yes.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've been down there one night on just fish rod and reels. We caught 13 good ones down there, and and we've been catching anywhere between 12, 15, 13 every time we go on rod and reels down there.
Well,
fish.
I'm going to tell you something. Center Hill is a great tributary lake for us to use, a great resource, and it is absolutely full of fish.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So,
I like it.
Well, David, send us some pictures. We'd like to see some of those 12, 13, and 15, okay?
All righty.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. Visit some of our fine sponsors to help make this show possible for you each and every week. Hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.